Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. The question now, after the Senate Committee on Veterans Affairs hearing, where we had all kinds of things on both sides of the issue at hand, which was fraud at the VA. Are we going to see changes? What sort of changes are we going to see? And what can we brace ourselves for? One thing that we know for sure is that the rating schedule changes are happening, and there's 4 more coming. But there's also other changes that could be coming. I see here, and I'm going to share this with you, the American Legion offers up recommended reforms to VA claims process. Now, this is important because these entities, veteran service organizations, are viewed as subject matter experts, and the VA will listen, and the Senate Veterans Committee on Veterans Affairs will listen. So let's dive into this. Hit the thumbs up for me, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I truly appreciate it. Every thumbs up, every minute watched really does help the channel, and I appreciate your support very much. All right, so this just came out October 29th, 2025, and it's on the American Legion's website. It says, Legion offers up recommended reforms to VA claims process. All right, so let's dive into it. Statement for the record submitted for Senate Committee on Veterans Affairs hearing, putting veterans first, is the current VA disability system keeping its promise, which was the headline for the hearing at the Committee on Veterans Affairs. So, necessary reforms to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs claims process were the subject of a statement for the record submitted for an October 29th hearing of the United States Senate Committee on Veterans Affairs. American Legion Veterans Claims Disability Specialist Marty Callahan, submitted the statement for record for the committee's hearing. Putting veterans first is the current VA disability system keeping its promise. So Callahan noted that in fiscal 2024, the American Legion's VA accredited service officers assisted veterans with filing over 1 million new VA benefits claims, resulting in a combined award amount of $21 billion, and surpassed that number by August of this year. Meanwhile, the Legion's Board of Veterans Appeals Unit worked on more than 10,000 appeals from veterans whose original claims had been denied by the VA, bringing in over $57 million in retroactive benefits for veterans and their families. And look, that's the end result, right? This is where the rubber meets the road. That money is going into the pockets of veterans and their families and making their life just a little bit easier. You hear these big numbers and you're like, wow, there's no veteran out there receiving $57 million. It's a lot of veterans that receive that total amount, and then it's a very condensed small amount, but it's enough to, in some cases make a little bit of a difference. Quotation here, from this work and our over 100 years of serving veterans, we know the claims and appeals process intimately. And we say with confidence that the cornerstone of this process, the compensation and pension exam, is failing veterans, Callahan wrote. The system is in urgent need of reform, not because veterans are gaming the claims process, but rather because government has allowed its complexity to increase unnecessarily. The VA claims process has grown in complexity over the years, becoming a labyrinth designed for administrative convenience rather than serving veterans. VA made bureaucratic decisions, such as eliminating the informal claims process and instituting a more complicated intent to file process, even though both processes provide the exact same purpose of establishing an effective date. VA determined it was easier for staff to process a standardized form rather than easier for a veteran to use less formal methods of notifications, such as a handwritten letter or an email that contains the exact same necessary information. VA's disability benefits questionnaires, DBQs, are filled out by VA contracted examiners, and Callahan noted VA's lack of oversight of these contracted examiners focuses too narrowly on the timeliness and form completion, and not on the quality and adequacy of exams. The Legion has found the number one reason for the Board of Veterans' Appeals remanding cases is inadequate medical examination of the claimed disability. So, for those that don't know, you file your claim, it gets an unfavorable decision. You file maybe a HLR, higher level review, or you push it to a supplemental claim, and let's say it comes back again with an unfavorable decision. Then you push it to the Board of Veterans' Appeals. There, the board has three decisions for you. They're either going to deny you, they're going to approve you, or they're going to remand it. And that pushes it back to the VA and has the VA do some more work. So in this case, the number one reason for the Board of Veterans' Appeals remanding cases is inadequate medical examination of the claimed disability. Moves on here to say, it is no wonder the quality and adequacy are called to question by the board when DBQs for skin diseases is 12 pages long, the one for back condition is 14 pages long, the one for foot conditions is a whopping 16 pages long, Callahan wrote. The examiners are looking for responses on the form, not for their assessment of the disability. Yet the problems with the VA forms pale next to the much larger difficulty our veterans face with the C&P exam itself, which is a requirement for gathering a claim for disability benefits. Without an adequate C&P exam, a veteran's claim will be denied, setting into motion unnecessary reviews or appeals, or examinations being reordered. In fact, a great deal of time is wasted in the claims adjudication process because so many C&P exams are not adequate and require repeat exams. For example, Callahan cited the Legion's ROAR visit to VA Regional Office San Juan, I'm guessing Puerto Rico, it's PR, where the Legion was told incomplete or inadequate DBQs are among the leading cause of delayed claims, especially in post-traumatic stress disorder claims due to military sexual trauma. Many DBQs are not being fully completed, forcing the VARO staff to return C&P exams to vendors for clarification. Examiners for one vendor consistently demonstrate inaccuracies, poor exam quality, and lack of attention to detail, particularly due to the overly lengthy and repetitive DBQ format. So what does that mean? Does that mean we're going to see a change in DBQs potentially? The San Juan VARO suggested that the Medical Disability Examination Office, or MDEO, consider providing a direct contact line for elderly veterans who often miss important phone calls from VA vendors due to their caller ID labels such as spam or unknown. This communication barrier causes missed appointments and delays, especially in an environment where the scamming of veterans has become a nationwide issue. Callahan's statement for record offered 3 recommendations to make VA complex claims process more veteran-friendly. Simplifying the instructions on VA forms, amend DBQ to streamline processing and allow for additional details as needed. All VA vendors should use single, easily recognizable caller ID when contacting veterans, for example, VA Examiner's Office. With that, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you very much. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.